Hi guys, Rachel with Spunky Misfit Girl here, and today we're going to continue the second half of the making super cute pockets from 6x6 papers that was inspired by crafting through the chaos of life. And these are what they look like. Super cute, and they've got these little accordion attachments that make them kind of pop out like this. Very cute. This one didn't work for me because I cut by accident in a place where I shouldn't have, so it's a little less functional, but still super cute, and we won't do that today. Now, I will tell you, I have tried to do this video twice already, and for some reason, I'm just a mess today. So we're gonna try again and hope that third time's the charm. You're gonna want, so a piece of 6x6 paper is gonna form your base for most of this, right? And it's fine if it's single-sided. You'll see that I did use book pages to cover up the blank on the back. And then if you want to kind of use the same kind of alternating styles way of decorating that I did, you'll want a separate piece of paper that kind of fits. And if you have a couple of copies of that piece of paper, so much the better. I think you're going to be fine with one, but we will get going and see. So you're going to take one of your ones that you want to be your base, and you're going to score it at 1 inch with it upright. If that's how you want it, you are going to lose the edges, which is unfortunate with this super pretty piece of paper. And I think it doesn't matter because I'm going to use, I'm going to lose my edges either way. So that's okay. Pretty bird. Sorry. So you're going to score at 1 inch on both sides, up and down. And then from your having it upright, you're going to turn it counterclockwise. And you're going to score at 2.5. And I believe that that's going to make this section here be your pocket that goes up. So maybe on mine, what I want to do is like this to get my roses, but we'll see. Not totally positive about that. So let's do our folds. My score line did not show up very well on this side, so I'm just gonna do that again. It's one of those days, you know? Do you ever have your days where you just feel like you're trying to make something and nothing wants to go right? Okay, so there you go. There's our folds. We'll see how this turns out, and then we'll do a second one. I think this is gonna come up like that. Okay, so then with your bigger rectangles, we're gonna cut those out. As straight as we can with the scissors. And I'm just kind of going to the inside of that score line as much as I can. So make sure that my folds are, this is not very straight. That's okay. That's what I live with when I'm doing projects like this. Okay, so, and we're gonna keep those couple little pieces because we are gonna use them, of course. I maybe went a little too far on this guy to the inside, so I'm gonna fold it a little bit more so that that ends up on the inside. So my inside's even there, or closer to even. Trimmy. Fix my wonky cutting. Okay, so that's how you're gonna fold up these two pieces are gonna make your accordion. So we're gonna fold those backwards to the crease so that your, the blank side of the back is up to give you your little Z shape tab. And isn't that awesome? And then we are going to round some corners. Yeah, and so that got my roses up on my pocket here. I was right about where to put my score. So let's see if we can repeat it on our other frame. You just want to get the whole thing in there with your accordion. It's a little tricky, but got it done. And that is pretty much the basis. So let's do this again with our other guy. I already scored on my two sides. So I'm going to take a look, and then I scored in the wrong place. So it's supposed to turn like this. Yeah, and then I'll get my clock. That's what I want. So I'm going to do 2.5. My clock's going to be upside down, though. That's the only thing. But I think that doesn't, I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Or is that true? Yeah, that is true. Because if I went this way, nope, if I went this way, I would get this guy right side up. So let's try that. I have all kinds of 2.5, all kinds of broken score lines here. So, okay, I folded these two sides, and then what I want is this one to go up. Yeah, and the thing is that guy's gonna go away anyway. So I could go for my upside down clock. I don't know. I think we'll go this way. We'll keep it this way. And then I'm going to cut off my two big ones here. And keep those still, and then fold my accordions back to the crease so that those will give us our little pop-out pocket. So that's going to come up like this, and it is a little fussy because I have those extra score lines in there, so I'm just going to give it a little bit more here and round my corners. And then we can punch our notch if you want one, up to you. Kind of depends on your paper and your preference. These are fiddly. There we go. Okay, so this guy's a little plain, so I am definitely going to want to do a little bit of a something with him. He's a little fussy too, doesn't quite want to lay down exactly right. That's okay. We will make them pretty. So I'm going to ink, actually, firstly, I'm going to do my notches because I do want notches. So I'm going to go center back. And this one, that's going to be our accordion pocket. And get those in there. Yeah. And then I'm going to ink at least my front spot here, because I am going to think about my inside before I glue anything, okay? Because I don't want to leave those blank. So I either want to use my decorative paper or cover them also with book pages like I did these others or something. So what we're gonna do, so what we have these other pieces. So one of them, so in here in the samples, you can see that one of those pieces became a little decorative interior piece. So we can take our bird here and save our bird actually. In round corners. Put him in there like that. And that actually is super cute. And I might not even want to fuss with anything too busy in that back. This might ultimately end up being too much. I don't know, it's hard to tell with it. And then you've got your other one, and that's gonna make a tab, right? So you can make all I did on those was I used my whale tail punch again as far as it would go in here, like this. And I'm actually gonna keep the book, that little book stack out of here and just go to the end. So I made one like this, just a short one-sided, and then I put it onto some craft cardstock and put those in like this. I think the other ones were a little bit taller, but right? To make that, and that is so cute. So you can do these even without extra decorative materials. You could do them just like that. And I actually have this cute little guy left over still from this corner of the paper that I could use and put on here. I actually quite like that. Maybe with some lace, similar to this skinny stuff that I like. This guy is a little bit less helpful in that regard because it's a little plainer. So I'm probably gonna want something. And what I did with these was I actually I had a second piece of paper that I just cut out a shape that was about the size I wanted for the pocket here and turned that into a tuck spot too. And so I did that, and you can see like this is not exactly the same. It has that blue in the background. It's a slightly different sheet of paper. So I think with this one, I think we will go with book pages on the inside just to give us a separate contrast, and also again to show you guys exactly how I did the samples. Cut that off. And you know, once you have that accordion pocket, you can see all the way down in there. So it is kind of nice. I think I'll put this in here like this. All the way down to that fold. And then I'm gonna just trim it off the side. And this is where I messed up before, and I have to be careful not to cut into my fold here. actually gonna keep it open so that I have no risk of doing that. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same on the top and just round those corners again. Probably could have done this first before I rounded those corners in the first place, and it would have been better, but it's okay. Still work like this. And now we have our words, although they are sideways. I did them straight up on the sample. And this is a little bit of a smaller book page too. Just part of the reason I was trying to keep it to using just this one book page. And the words are a little smaller. I think, though, yeah, I'm gonna chop off the bottom and we will put it on right side up on this one, and I'm gonna not worry about this side being a little empty. It's gonna be a little shorter here, but I think I'm okay with that. Lots of fabric tack. And I'm gonna come down as far as I can there, and that's gonna look like that. Okay. And I do need to trim just a little bit from the side here. I think that's good. Okay. The corner rounder doesn't love that. Let's just go ahead and cut it. Here, I think that'll work a little better. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Now, let's get some ink out. I'm gonna give this a little bit more and grab those back edges. Before we glue in our decorative pieces. Figure out what we're gonna do on this one for our tab. Okay, and actually we can ink up these pieces too. I've got a little bit extra on that top there. I'm debating whether I wanna trim it off or what. And what I could do actually is I could give this guy the letters from this one and this guy the bird, which would give a little more interest on this one because we've got the roses here, and that might end up working out a little better. Oh, we've got our tab. Do we want our tab here or do we want our tab here? And then we've also got this one, which will make a little tab too, from just one-sided, as far as it fits in there. And that can be our second tab. And probably I'm gonna put those in underneath this decorative guy, because I just like the way that looks. You don't have to do that. You can put it on top if you want. I am going to put them both onto some cardstock just to make them a little stronger, and then that will give me, I can punch them in such a way that I'll get a little bit of an outline too. So I'm going to leave them with a little bit of room here. I mean, and you could fold and punch the whole thing so you had a full tab and you just had your back that was cardstock, and that would be fine too, if you prefer. I hope, actually probably shouldn't have put them this close together. Let me scooch, just because I'm not sure. I think it'll be okay. So I'm just gonna leave it with a little bit of a extra on the top and bottom. And now let us, I think I still want to do these first before I do anything else, because I want to glue this in second. I am going to trim it just a little bit. It looks funny. Okay, so let's give this some ink too. It was maybe a little too much on the top there. I see I didn't really do that much with those. I think I'm gonna take that down a bit. Looks a little too awkward. Okay, there's my tabs. So I was thinking this one here maybe with my bird. Yeah. Or is that too much? Should we go, we've got this guy who doesn't have much on him. Yeah, I think I prefer that. So I'm gonna put this guy down. Kind of aiming to line up with the notch in the pocket. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other one. Gluing and sliding in here, basically right where that notch is. A little extra glue. Okay, so then we think this guy is gonna go in here. Yeah, I'm liking that. Maybe just like that. I am gonna want some other decoration on these. I think I may do that off camera today, since I'm having so much trouble talking. I don't think I have the capacity to craft and collage and figure things out and talk at the same time today. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and glue my accordion then. This on this top tab. And all there is left to do is decorate that front. So we actually didn't even need, if you wanted to do it this way, you wouldn't even need a second paper or a third paper really, if you don't want to decorate that outside, or you want to do it with book pages or whatever, something else basically. You can do this with just 2 pieces of 6x6 and some book pages. And I do want this guy down underneath my yeah, just check and make sure that they go together pretty well. They also have some options to flip-flop like I did with taking the bird from this paper and giving that one the little words. Ooh, it just barely fits. That's one other advantage of if you don't do a notch in the pockets, you won't have to worry about that. You can kind of put those top pieces wherever you want. This guy is definitely a little wonky. He's not quite straight in his pocket, but that's okay. He's still super cute. We're gonna put this guy on here somewhere too, for sure. Use up that last piece. Maybe on this one, kind of like it there, and do some things with lace. Maybe a bee. I've got this bee stamp. I kind of like the idea of that guy going on there. But although I maybe want to do other things with this too, so I don't know if I should be doing this really. But hey ho, why not? All right, I like that guy. Maybe I add some words or a little bit of lace down here underneath him. And I think that'll be really cute. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Sign up for my email list. The link is down below, and you can get free printables and discounts in my Etsy shop. I will see you in the next video.